Brand Bradley, a children's book. A children's book, Brand Bradley.
When my wife was pregnant with our first child, I remember everyone around us, including myself, was far too consumed in her well-being, preparing her for motherhood. What about me? Nobody warned me about what I was getting into. I had spent 30 years perfecting, mastering my egotistical, self-centered persona. And little did I know, someone would hand me a tiny human being, and like that, I suddenly cared about something other than myself. My firstborn, my secondborn, and my thirdborn was a long time ago. I've had some time to think about this parenting thing. And as such, I often think about writing a children's book. Not a book for children, but rather a book for adults who are considering having children. A warning, survival manual, if you will. If that metamorphosis in ego was chapter 1, in chapter 2, I'd like to talk about the absolute depths of disgust associated with raising children. I think every would-be parent should know, unlike an animal, a dog, a cat, a fish, human beings are nasty. One example from my life, which I'll never forget, occurred one evening in a hotel room after visiting relatives in Washington, D.C. My wife slept in one bed with our then newborn, 6-month-old. My bunkmate was our firstborn, then 2.5 years old. At some point in the middle of the night, my bedmate woke up with a tummy ache. Oh! When my attempts to caress her back to sleep failed, she became louder and louder. In my panic, not to wake up my wife and my newborn, I realized I had to do something, so I straddled her in bed and I went to cradle her to pick her up. And just as I did, I got this crazy itch on my nose. So I paused to wipe it, only to find out I had dipped my hand in explosive diarrhea. Whoa! Lights on, everybody up, I'm out of here. Honey, call housekeeping. That poor kid. For a period of 3 years, she threw up in every restaurant we attempted to go out to. But I love her to death. I love all of my children. Therefore, chapter 3, I'd like to talk about fairness. Fairness from the perspective of a father of 3 children means not showing preferential treatment to one child over another. Well, I love all my children equally, and as such, I treat them fairly equally. That said, I'm often accused of favoritism, and regardless of which child approaches me with such accusation, I respond to them exactly the same way. What, honey? Oh, yeah, of course, I love her more. It works every time. And if you caught what I said, regardless of which child approaches me, I respond the same way. That's fair. Like fairness, chapter 4, I would like to talk about consistency is key. And consistency in parenting, obviously, is responding or reacting in exactly the same way every time, which is helpful in teaching your children good habits and right from wrong. Parental consistency also includes a high level of organization, planning, backbone, and a bunch of other crap that, while my wife may possess, I do not. For example, we live 6 blocks from the beach. Just far enough that I'll drive down to check the surf. Sometimes I'll drive my middle daughter Kieran down to check the surf. She surfs with me, that's why she's my favorite. That's not the point. Sometimes we don't wear our seatbelts. And sometimes we do. And other times I'll blow up like a volcano if that seatbelt's not clicked before the end of the driveway. Daddy, what? Yesterday, I don't know, just do it. Do what I say. Consistency. You see, all of this is really textbook parenting philosophy, which reminds me, what group of people in your life seem to think they're most qualified to give you parental advice. Chapter 5, friends and family that don't even have kids. Yeah, thanks. Great. Got it all figured out, don't you? Chapter 6, we can talk about effective communication. It's another key to parenting. Blah, 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 blah. Chapter 7, the golden rule, do unto others as you want them to do unto you, or something like that. Chapter 8, chapter 9, humility. Chapter 10, this book could go on and on and on. The fact is, no matter where you get your parenting advice from, I remember these two things. We're only human, and nobody's perfect. That, in and of itself, defines us as a species that is limited to less than perfect. I'm content to know that not I, not you, nor anyone else is going to raise their children to exceed that limitation. I love my children very much. And I know that the key to their success in life is my ability to consistently convey that love to them. For that reason, I know they're going to be wonderful human beings. Well, I don't know about all of them, but definitely Kieran.